What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and this is your stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and breaking news Joe Biden update. Now, I need your advice. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to do a little bit of problem solving here. I want you to imagine that you are the president of the United States and you have had one of the roughest weeks that you have seen in a long time. And yesterday you issued some executive orders and you gave a speech, and the approval on that speech was not good, you guys. You issued that executive order, but a lot of people are saying that it wasn't enough. What could you do to help fix things here? Now, think about that, hold that thought, but keep in mind that just this week alone, Afghanistan was not held up very well. Hurricane Ida has taken place. The Caldor fires are a national emergency. Federal unemployment benefits are ending literally this weekend, today, for millions of people across America. The eviction moratorium extension was deemed unlawful by the Supreme Court. And in Congress, you guys, you've got Senator Joe Manchin saying there will not be any more unemployment extensions, saying that there's time to pause on stimulus, saying that he will derail the entire thing, and you guys, just massive disapproval across the board in the nation for you as president right now. What could you do? Now, yesterday, we saw him issue an executive order, and it was for declassifying documents for September 11th, so that way family members could get a little bit more information about their lost loved ones. But could there be more done? Because the disapproval of that speech, people felt like he kind of dug his head in the sand, saying that the jobs report came out saying 235,000 for the month, when we literally get more unemployment filings than that in a single week, you guys. So what if, just throwing out ideas, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, we saw some executive orders done for stimulus checks. Take a look, you guys. In the beginning of his presidency, you'll recall President Joe Biden did like 15 or 20 executive orders in a single day, was doing them every single day, and one of those was for the expediting of the third stimulus check to make sure people get them in their bank accounts right away. And we literally saw that stimulus package passed into law, and the next day, within 24 hours, people had stimulus checks. We also saw some for food stamps and minimum wage that day. Would that change your thoughts about President Joe Biden if he started issuing stimulus checks via executive order? Now, even if it's not deemed lawful, at least it's showing people that trying to solve problems, help people, and boost that approval rating. What do you think? Now, in addition to that, just want to go down memory lane here. I actually reported on this 1 year ago, almost exactly. We were in this exact same position, you guys. Take a look here. Old headlines. Extra $300 unemployment benefits. Here's when every state is going to be sending them out, new weekly bonus payments. And as you'll recall, Congress couldn't come to an agreement on the next stimulus package. Federal unemployment benefits came to an end. Former President Donald Trump issued executive orders through the LWA program, reallocating funds from FEMA to provide an additional 3 to 6 weeks of federal unemployment benefits while Congress got their act together. Also, extended out the eviction moratorium. Also, extended out student loan forgiveness and provided an additional suggestion for taxes. 4 executive orders. Now, not taking stances on any of this, like I said, the disapproval is across the board. Take a look at these reports, you guys. A truly awful week for Joe Biden. CNN Politics. So this is not Fox News Network on the right. This is actually kind of more on the left. So not taking stances, but just throwing out suggestions of what could be done. Want to get your thoughts. What could he do right now to help people and boost that approval rating so that way people have more faith in what's taking place? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But you guys, I'm going to be diving into some video footage, getting you caught up as to what they're saying, what has all unfolded this week, where people stand with this, and also the executive orders that were issued yesterday to help those families that lost loved ones in 9/11. So let's go ahead and dive right in, you guys. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate these updates, go ahead and smash that like button. Just takes a second. Just helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, lets them know you think I'm doing a good job, and in turn, they're going to continue to promote my videos. Also, leave your comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on some suggestions of what we could do, what President Joe Biden can do to help people out and to boost that approval rating. And also, if you think that this is going to help out other people, be sure to share it out on social media platforms. Now, in addition to that, if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the RAM fam, the viewing community. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff that's going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That is by far the best way to get a hold of me. If you got any questions for me, you guys, Instagram is the best way. Don't fall for the scammers here on YouTube that take my picture of my face and leave comments saying, oh, contact me on WhatsApp and send me money. I don't do that, you guys. If you got to get a hold of me, do it on Instagram. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in, and let's start off with this video footage of what they're saying about this week and Joe Biden, and then we'll dive into those executive orders.
Turn now to a new ABC News Washington Post poll out today showing a dramatic plunge in President Biden's approval rating. It's down to 44%, with 51% of Americans disapproving of his job performance. Here to discuss that poll is ABC political director Rick Klein. Rick, good to see you.
Hey, Phil. Good to be with you.
President Biden came into office with 67% approval for his handling of the transition. Now it's down to 44%. Loaded question for you, but what happened?
Life happened, world events happened, but more specifically, what we can tell from this polling data, Afghanistan happened. Specifically, President Biden's decision to go ahead with the troop withdrawal. It led to a calamitous loss of life, a dreadful several weeks of news. That on top of the tough news around the Delta variant, maybe the sluggish economy as well, has all contributed to a summer swoon for President Biden that's really historic in its proportions. Now only 44% of Americans say they approve of the job he's done as president. We've seen independents who decided the election for him ultimately dropping their support by 9 points, men by 10 points, and in a real sense that there's a disappointment in how President Biden has handled specifically Afghanistan and the news of the last couple of weeks.
We got another alarming and really sad part of the poll. Just 36% of Americans say the war in Afghanistan was worth fighting. That's, of course, after thousands of American deaths, $2 trillion spent over 20 years. What else did we learn about attitudes toward the war and the U.S. withdrawal led by President Biden?
Yeah, it's so interesting because we're coming up on the 20th anniversary of 9/11, which, of course, led to that Afghanistan war, America's longest war. Americans broadly and overwhelmingly wanted that war to end. Where they took issue with President Biden was how that withdrawal happened, specifically a widespread blame for the loss of life, the death of 13 Americans a little more than a week ago, and, of course, that ultimate decision to leave all U.S. troops, even though there are Americans that are still left behind, to get that full troop withdrawal. That's where Americans took issue. And it's intriguing to me also because you see some compassion in these numbers as well. Also wide support for making sure if you are able to vet Afghans who help the U.S. appropriately, give them refuge here. That's become a Republican talking point, and that's an area actually where President Biden seems to still have the support of the public. But generally, a lot of folks just really upset with how the end stages of this war were handled.
You always have some great historical data for us, so put President Biden's approval rating into perspective for us, because we track this for all presidents. Is this typical?
No, honeymoons tend to last a good bit longer than this. Going back to polling really since the end of World War II, the Truman administration, there's only two presidents that have approval ratings at this point in the presidency that were lower. One is Gerald Ford, who took office, of course, under unusual circumstances after the resignation of Richard Nixon, and the other, President Trump, who was one of the most polarizing presidents in modern or any time. Both of them had approval ratings somewhere in the 30s. So it's generally the case that a president is able to maintain some popularity through this point of the presidency, through the summer of that first year. Also notable is that President Biden's had among the most stable approval rating of any president in modern times. He's always hovering somewhere there in the low to mid 50s. That appears to have evaporated through this very difficult summer, particularly because of Afghanistan. So it's a tough road ahead for President Biden, and he doesn't appear to have the same level of public support that he did early on.
All right, we'll be watching. Rick Klein, thanks so much.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. There's a lot unfolding right now, and as they mentioned, we're seeing the Delta variant continue to ramp up. Now, there's a link in the description below to the CNN article that says it was a truly awful week for Joe Biden. Number one, military presence in Afghanistan ended, and it was not held very well in a lot of people's opinions. Number two, the economy has been plagued with the Delta variant, and it has stalled badly with only 235,000 new jobs added to the U.S. They projected over 700,000, so it came short by, it was like a third of what was anticipated. Senator Joe Manchin, as we had mentioned before, has pretty much said he's going to be pausing and derailing unemployment and the stimulus package. We're going to see if he's going to be able to change his mind. And number four, they're just saying the approval ratings are plummeted, and also not mentioned in here is all the natural disasters that have unfolded, you guys. So let me know your thoughts on all this, and also link in the description below to this Associated Press article that came out on Biden's move to declassify documents about September 11th attacks. This is the executive order that was issued yesterday. It says President Joe Biden on Friday directed the declassification of certain documents related to September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks, a supportive gesture to the victims' families who have long sought the records in hopes of implications of the Saudi government, you guys. Now, the order coming a little more than a week before the 20th anniversary of the attacks is a significant moment in a years-long tussle between the government and the families over what classified information about the run-up to the attacks could be made public. Now, that conflict was on display last month when many relatives, survivors, and first responders came out against Biden's participation in the 9/11 memorial events if the documents remained classified, you guys. But Biden said Friday that he was making good on his campaign commitment by ordering the declassification and review, and pledged that the administration will continue to engage respectfully with members of the community, you guys. So went ahead and did that, and got that executive order, and hopefully the families will be able to get some more information, some resolve on everything that unfolded that day, you guys. But again, let me know your thoughts on all this. We're going to be seeing what's happening. As I mentioned, this weekend is going to be the end of the federal unemployment extensions, you guys. No more PUA, PEUC, or that $300 per week boost. The eviction moratorium has come to an end. Congress is working on the stimulus package, but Senator Joe Manchin has said that he's hitting the pause button, and right now he's in a position of authority in the Senate to do so, because through the process of reconciliation, they need all senators on board, and just one could stop everything. He's also said no more federal unemployment extensions if he's got anything to do with it. And we're still dealing with those natural disasters from Ida and the Caldor fires, you guys. So a lot unfolding. The jobs reports came in at 235,000, and unemployment is still going away. We've got 7.5 million people unemployed, you guys. So a lot unfolding. I will keep you up to date. I'm expecting we're going to be hearing a ton more in the coming days. Now, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel, you guys. Hope this reaches you well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button and let me know, what do you think Joe Biden could do to kind of help fix things here, you guys. But with that being said, like I said, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, you guys. God bless. This is Steve.